Hi guys, it's Miko Martinez, and in this video, I'm going to teach you the 4 key steps to turn your Shopify store into a money printer. If you don't know who I am a Shopify SEO expert. I've been in the SEO industry for over 6 years now, and I've worked on over 200 plus projects, and I've helped scale some of them to over 7 figures in annual revenue. So let's get to the video. All right, so the 4 key steps to turn your Shopify store into a money printer. The first step is number one, fix common technical SEO issues on Shopify. So technical SEO is the foundation of any SEO campaign. If you skip this first step, it doesn't matter how well you do steps 2 and to 4. The goal of technical SEO is to minimize the cost of retrieval, because if you make it easier for search engines to crawl, understand, and index the content on your website, you will rank higher. So how do you optimize your technical SEO? So we actually have a training on technical SEO for Shopify. If you want access to that, join our free school community. The link will be in the description. So how do we do a technical SEO audit for Shopify stores? We have a 3-step process. Number one, we manually look through the Shopify store for common technical SEO issues. Number two, we then use a tool like Sitebulb to crawl the Shopify store and basically look for any remaining issues. And number three, we check Google Search Console to make sure everything is okay on that end. So I'm not going to go through the training here because you can actually get this training on the school community, but I'll quickly run through it, right? So number one, common technical SEO issues on Shopify. So Shopify product page URLs, out of the box, they end up looking like this, which is not great for SEO because depending on the collection page you're coming from, the URL changes. So yeah, that's problematic because you then have multiple URLs, different internal links, etc., right? So ideally, it looks like this. And how to fix that? You basically just edit the code on your site. The guide is here. I won't go through this in detail, but yeah, you can go through the training and fix this issue. Number two, breadcrumbs. Again, the issue with breadcrumbs is that if you make this change, breadcrumbs break. So you want to fix that, and this is how you would fix it. Again, you just have to go to the back end of your Shopify store and add this piece of code, create a meta field. I won't go into much detail. If you want to learn how to do this, go join our free school community and get this free training. Index product and blog tags. So the thing about the way Shopify works is that when you have product and blog tags, they auto-generate these tag pages with which is basically duplicate content, right? So you'll have tag pages like this, like whether it's a product tag or a blog tag, you'll end up with a lot of these duplicate pages on your site, which is not good for SEO because if you want to rank a certain page, but there are like 5 other duplicates of that page, it actually confuses the search engine. So what you want to do is remove the 5 duplicate pages so the search engine is only crawling that one page you actually want to rank, and you're basically saving your crawl budget, right? So there is a way to no index or remove these product and blog tags from the index using a piece of code. You just add this piece of code in your theme.liquid file. Just like the auto-generated tag pages, there are also auto-generated collection pages in the form of vendor and product type collections. And other default pages like the all products collection page, the new products collection page, etc., etc. These pages are also usually duplicate content. They serve no SEO purpose because they don't target any real search terms with search volume. So you want to remove them from the index as well. And again, the same solution, you just add pieces of code into your theme.liquid file to remove them from the index. Okay. Robots.txt. So you want to use a robots.txt file because this robots.txt file actually can block the crawling of these, auto-generated no SEO value pages in the first place, right? So you can go to this link to check out whether you have a robots.txt. If you don't, you can create one using the instructions here, going to your Shopify theme editor, templates, add a new template. You can pick the robots.txt template, then you end up with a generic or default robots.txt file. And then what you want to do is actually modify it so that you're blocking the unnecessary no SEO value pages from you're preventing the search engines from crawling those pages, right? So this is the custom robots.txt that we use. You can copy paste this. just be careful, because if you don't apply the fixes, specifically this fix on top, like the product page URLs, it will prevent the search engine from crawling some important pages. So you make sure you do these steps step by step according to the order, because again, if Shopify product page URLs are not yet fixed, this will cause crawling issues. And so yeah, so what this blocks, it blocks the unnecessary collection pages, it blocks all the unnecessary tag pages. And again, just to reiterate, the reason we want to block the crawling and indexing of these pages is because they don't provide any SEO value. They just waste your crawl budget and they confuse the search engine. Okay. Next, simplifying product variants. So if you have a lot of products on your store, you might have to simplify the product variant so that you aren't creating duplicate pages. So a perfect example is like a green cotton sock or black cotton sock. These two product pages might not have significant search volume. So if you're trying to rank for like a cotton sock, it might confuse the search engine as to which product page to rank, right? Or even none of the product pages. Like you might want to rank a collection page for that. And if you have multiple pages on like the different colors of cotton socks, that actually ends up becoming duplicate content and confuse the search engine, right? So there are two ways to handle this. Number one, you can merge the product variants into a single product. So you just have one product page and then you have the different variants to choose the color there. Or if you really want to use separate product pages for the different colors, you can use canonical tags to all point those individual pages to the page you actually want to rank, right? The instructions are all here. We won't go into great detail because they're all available in this training. And I want to keep this video as short and succinct as possible. Okay. Next, 301 redirect deleted products. So if you remove a product from your store, you don't want your customers to land on a 404 error or a page not found. It's actually better to redirect them to a related page for several reasons. Number one, you want to preserve that link equity, and it's just, if a customer is landing on a 404 page, the search engine is also crawling and finding that 404 page, which is not good for search engines, right? Like you're wasting its resources. Okay. So to set up 301 redirects on Shopify, you can pretty much follow these instructions. It's pretty straightforward. And then removing pages from the sitemap. So there's a pretty easy way to do it. You can just go to these URLs, this one for products and this one for collections, and then you will see a SEO hidden column there. And if you tick that or you set it as true, right, it will set the page to no index, no follow, right? Next, structured data. You want to make sure that you have structured data enabled on your site and make sure that it's working properly. A lot of Shopify teams already have this built in, but it's always good to double check. Make sure you have product structured data, article structured data, breadcrumb list structured data. Those three are the most important ones in my opinion. Okay, and those are the most common Shopify SEO, technical SEO issues on Shopify. That's the first step of the technical SEO audit. The next step is to identify additional SEO issues by using a tool like Sitebulb. With Sitebulb, you can basically crawl all the pages in your site to find additional issues, right? Issues like crawl errors, broken links, orphan pages, schema errors, broken images, etc. Like basically errors that you can't find by just looking at your site. A tool like Sitebulb will crawl your site and basically compile these errors so that you can fix them. Okay. And the last thing is really just resolving SEO issues on Google Search Console, right? So Google Search Console will give you a list of issues. Sometimes they're non-issues, so it's really important to understand whether something is actually an issue or not, because if you're removing certain pages from the index because they don't provide any SEO value, they will show up in these why pages aren't indexed section, right? So it's very important that you determine whether you're doing it intentionally or not, right? Okay. Yeah, these are the common issues you may find. And that's the three-step process that we use to optimize or audit the technical SEO of our Shopify stores. Moving on to the next step. The next step is optimizing shopping pages. So why is it important to optimize your shopping pages? It's pretty straightforward, right? Your collection and product pages will drive majority of revenue from SEO. So it's important that you optimize them for SEO, right? According to this graph. And how do you optimize them for SEO? So the first step is always the most simple. Optimize the key SEO elements for both your collection and product pages. The H1, the URL, and the title tag. You want to make sure that your target keyword is present in each of these key SEO elements. So for example, if your target keyword is vegan protein powder, you want to make sure your H1 is vegan protein powder. If to optimize your URL for vegan protein powder, you want to make it simple. It's vegan protein powder, as you can see here, right? And the title tag, you have more room or more space or more characters than the H1. So you want to keep vegan protein powder in the start of the title tag, but then you can add more long tail variations of your target keyword, right? Like you can use buy, online, shop, or even a longer tail variation like vegan protein powder for XYZ, right? You want to have that on your title tag. And to further optimize your collection and product pages, and the same thing for product pages, right? The key SEO elements, you want to do exactly the same thing. You want to make sure that your product pages have your target search term in these key SEO elements as well, right? And on top of that, to optimize the shopping pages further for SEO, you want to add content, right? So like to use the collection pages as an example, this is typically how we want our collection pages to look like, right? We have the H1 on top, a short description below it, a product grid, and then a lot more content, a detailed category description, some frequently asked questions, and even featured reviews at the bottom. The reason we want to add more collection on the page, more content on these shopping pages is because it increases relevance and it provides search engines with more context as to what the page is about, right? And again, the easier you make it for search engines to understand your content, understand your site, the higher you are likely to rank, right? So let's go quickly over these different sections, right? So this is how we tastefully add content to Shopify collection pages, right? A short description on top, 50 words, 2 lines max. Keep it 2 lines max because you don't want a big piece of text at the top of your page like this, especially if the customer is wanting to purchase a product. You don't want to ruin their experience by having a big piece of text on top, especially on mobile, right? So we're gonna keep it short. Below the product grid, that's when we can add the more detailed collection description. But then still between 500 to 1,000 words, because again, this isn't a blog post. You just want to provide more context as to what the collection is about. Then we have frequently asked questions. It's important to have. It actually not only helps you rank higher, but also improves conversions because then you're answering potential questions that your customer might have, right? And the last thing in the bottom, featured reviews. Again, they're also great for conversions, but they're also actually good for SEO, especially if you select featured reviews that are keyword rich, okay? So that's typically how we would like to do our collection pages. For product pages, we have a template as well. Again, all these trainings are available in our free school community. So I recommend you join it now while it's free. So how to optimize product pages is the same thing. Key SEO elements. You want to make sure your target search term is in these key SEO elements. And when it comes to the template, it's the same thing, right? We want to add more content to these product pages. And the reasoning is the same. It's because it increases relevance and we're providing more context to the search engine as to what the page is about, right? That's the goal here. Okay. Next is step 3. Step 3 is publish supporting blog content. So supporting blog content is important because number 1, you can rank your blog posts in search engines. And if they're ranking on search engines, you can use those blog posts to grow an email list and nurture your leads. Or even if you embed CTAs to your shopping pages on your blog posts, it will lead to additional revenue, right? And another reason supporting blog content is important because they, the more important thing is that they increase the rankings of your shopping pages. Majority of your revenue from SEO, as I mentioned previously, will come from your shopping pages. So it's important that your shopping pages rank, right? So blog content actually supports the rankings of these shopping pages via internal linking and topical authority. So it's very important that you don't forget to build internal links to your shopping pages. Yeah, as I mentioned earlier, why do Shopify stores need a blog? Yes, because you can rank your blog content. They provide additional revenue by, because you can embed CTAs in your blog posts like this. You can collect emails and nurture leads using an email opt-in pop-up like this. And then you can also run retargeting ads to visitors that, fired your pixel when they visited like a piece of blog content. So if you have a piece of blog content about like whey protein versus vegan protein, the person searching for that search term is probably interested in protein powder, right? So you can run retargeting ads, and they're probably very high intent, and those retargeting ads will be very cheap, and they're more likely to convert, right? But yeah, as I mentioned earlier, the more important thing is actually that they improve the rankings of your shopping pages via internal linking and topical authority. You can read more about how to do that here, but that's the gist of it. Internal links not only help readers, guide readers to your shopping pages, but they pass link juice, right? So they improve the rankings of your shopping pages as well. And if you understand topical authority, it's about completely and comprehensively covering a topic to such an extent that search engines view your site as the authority or expert on the topic, right? So if you want to rank a collection page on cold pressed juicers, one collection page about cold pressed juicers isn't enough to build authority or expertise on cold pressed juicers in the eyes of the search engine. So you actually want to rank or you want to publish supporting blog content around, how to make cold pressed juice. Are cold pressed juices healthy? Why is cold pressed juice better, et cetera, right? And that's really what allows you or allows the search engine to see your brand as the expert or authority in your industry. And that's why blog content, supporting blog content is incredibly important, not just because they can drive additional traffic and revenue, but they actually support the rankings of your shopping pages via internal linking and topical authority. Okay. And the last thing is building high quality backlinks. So we're actually working on the training on how to build high quality backlinks. I think there's it's like training in like 3 or 4 parts, and we will be releasing them throughout this month. So yeah, again, join the free school community so you can get access to all these trainings, right? But the gist of it is that you want to basically do a link gap analysis to determine how many backlinks you need to build. Like look at how many backlinks your site currently has and how many backlinks the site that's currently ranking for your target search terms have, and basically calculate that gap. Like how many quality backlinks do you need to build to fill that gap? And then you want to build your backlinks to the homepage, your collection pages, and supporting blog content. Again, you want to internally link that supporting blog content to your shopping pages, like your collection pages and your product pages, okay? And you want to diversify the types of links you build. So it's important that you build high quality backlinks, of course. But another thing that's important is, diversification. Because if you only build one type of backlink, it looks unnatural. So you want to diversify your link building techniques or your link building strategies. So you can use strategies like Haro, digital PR, guest posts, link insertions, broken link building, creating linkable assets, etc., etc. Unlinked brand mentions is really good as well for more established brands, right? So those are the 4 key steps to turning your Shopify store into a money printer. If you do each of these steps really, really well, I have no doubt that you will outrank your competitors, right? So that's it for now. I hope this was helpful. If you want access to all these trainings, they're available in our free school community. They're free right now until we hit 500 members, and then we'll start charging a monthly fee. So there's 371 members right now. You'll be able to find here in the classroom, the Shopify SEO Masterclass. Yeah, so all the trainings are here. If you want access to them, just join. The link is Shopify SEO, school.com/Shopify SEO. We also have a bunch of other resources there, like Shopify SEO 101, and some deep dives into brands that are doing really well with SEO. So yeah, I hope this was helpful. Thanks for taking time. And yeah, cheers. That's it for now.